And I look down and I realize it's not tea, it's rotten piss. I sit at the bus stop, 2 more shots. I get on the bus in tears. I can't do this anymore. I'm going to kill myself, or I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to tell you the story of my 34th birthday, because we're coming up on my 41st birthday. And where I was then versus where I am now is a wild difference. I remember waking up that day, and I don't know if you understand what it means to wake up being dope sick, but when you wake up, it's just like if you wake up and you realize you have the flu really, really bad, right? But you know that the only thing that will make you feel better is getting dope into you. And until you get that, you know that your condition is going to get exponentially worse really, really quickly. Mm-hmm. So every addict, no matter who you are, if you have any brains at all, you save a shot for the morning, period. Here's the thing. That will settle your stomach down to where you can maybe eat something small, but it's not enough to get you through the day. It's enough to get you through the process of acquiring more drugs. That's what it's enough to get you through. Well, on this particular morning, I saved myself an especially tiny little shot. It was like a rinse of a shot. It wasn't even a full shot. So I do it, I feel like this much better, and then I'm like, because I remember it's my birthday, which means I have to go to the original pancake house to meet my sister, my mom, and my dad. Oof. Yeah, and I'm like crawling out of my skin, like just thinking about how long I'm gonna have to sit there. Mm-hmm. But it's my birthday. So that means they might give me something that I can trade, pawn, or sell for dope. However, they already have thought of this apparently, because when I get there, and their presents for me are the travel size shampoos and stuff. It's like candy bars and all things. They don't give me a single receipt. Everything's from Dollar Tree. It's you know what I mean? Yeah, they made damn sure I couldn't do anything for money with it. Yeah. So I get there, I order 1 egg, I eat 3/4 of it. I just am clearly, visibly not well, right? Mm-hmm. My mom and sister are very gracious. They don't mention anything. They hug me and say goodbye. And I tell my dad that I need him to drop me off at a doctor's appointment. You know, those Sunday morning doctor's appointments.
Like you do.
Like you do, yeah. You gotta sometimes go, I got a fever. And the only thing that can fix it is
it's the doctor's office.
Is more fentanyl, actually, but it's not as funny as cowbell. But anyways, I was like, Dad, please, can you just drop me off at this doctor's appointment that I have? And as we're on the way, I'm like, Dad, can you just give me $20, bro, please? I'm like, it's my birthday, man. You know what's up. And he's like, do not tell your mother. Okay, I won't.
Or the internet.
Sorry, Dad. So I basically was like, listen, I won't tell her, just drop me up here at this spot. And as I'm doing that, I'm trying to be low key and text my dope boy and tell him where I'm going to be. Mm-hmm. Now, my dope boy at the time was really nice, but he was really scatterbrained. So he says, okay. And he doesn't explain anything else. And when I get there, he pulls up and says, you're going to be really mad at me. And I'm like, I'm already mad at you. And so I get out of my dad's car. I walk up the street. My dad knows that he's dropping me off in a bad neighborhood. He must clearly know that I'm not going to a doctor. Right. There's not a retail shop anywhere around, but he doesn't act like it. He's like, okay, be safe. Right. Is this the parking lot? I'm like, yeah, Dad, this alley is definitely the parking lot. I'll see you later. Okay, have a good one. Mm-hmm. Oh, here's your $20. Dad, don't flash that in this neighborhood. Anyways, so I get out and I'm walking up the alley to go meet him, and he says that to me, and he goes, I'm like, why am I going to be mad at you? He said, look, I can't even take your money, so I know that means he does not have my dope. He goes, but here, happy birthday. He hands me something, and I'm like, fuck yes, and I grab it, and I look at it, and it's cocaine. And I'm like, cool, but only 50% of cool, because like, when you are really addicted to dope, like I was doing cocaine in all my shots, but if it's a choice between fentanyl or cocaine, you gotta take fentanyl every time, period. Fentanyl is, I must have this. Cocaine is, I would really, really like to have this. And it will probably keep me alive. Mm-hmm. So, because I'm mixing them. But most of the time you have to mix the shots, half cocaine and half fentanyl, because otherwise, you're going to nod out wherever you're at, and you're going to get arrested or die or get robbed or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the cocaine will allow you to stay awake. So speedballing. So he knew I liked speedballing. He thought I was going to be so happy about this coke. And I'm just immediately pouring sweat when I realize it's not dope. My stomach's turning. I'm like, I'm about to see this 3/4 of an egg again. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like, oh God, dude. So I call my other guy. Now, at the time that I call my guy, I'm on the east side. Okay, he calls me and says, yeah, I got you. Just come on down to Hoover. Okay, so I'm on 3rd Street on the east side. He says, come to Hoover. You know how far that is, bro. Mm-hmm. That's all the way on the west side. Yeah. So I have to go to Hoover and like Gettysburg or something like that, somewhere around there. No, I don't even know those intersect. It was Hoover and Hoover and James H. McGee. I went over there to meet that dude, and I got dope from him, and he was like brothers with the one who had given me the coke. And I was like, dude, why didn't you guys like get together and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they sold drugs together. They worked out of the same pack, like whatever. But they made me be the one who had to take buses across town. So it was like 3 buses, took me 2.5 hours. By the time I get there, I'm so sick, I can't see straight. I'm about to vomit. I'm pouring sweat. It's June 1st, so it's the summer. It's muggy. It's hot. I'm in anguish. I'm in pure, tangible anguish. And I'm thinking about this like, this is how I turn. I was going from 30. I take it back to my 35th birthday. Going from 34 to 35. This is how I'm spending my 35th birthday. So I really was at a spot where I'm like, okay, I'm ready to lose it when he hands me this dope. And I start looking around like, okay, I need to get this shot in me. I've got a needle in my pocket. I've already got the cocaine loaded in the bucket of that needle. So the bucket's like the lid. So I am immediately looking around. All I need is some water. I don't give a I'll mix this up and shoot it right here, standing in the middle of the street. I'm at that level of sickness. So I look over and I see a bottle of sweet tea in the Gold Peak bottles. And I grab it off the ground, because I'll shoot with anything, bro. I've shot up with Mountain Dew. I've shot up with vodka. I put whiskey into a shot, and it like will get you a little bit drunk. It's wild. Please don't do it. Terrible for you. Not that you would.
Not a problem.
So I'm like, sweet tea, sure, because you can taste whatever you put in your veins. It's weird. You can taste it in your mouth. Like really strong. Like, so if you shoot up with Mountain Dew, it tastes like cocaine flavor or Mountain Dew flavored cocaine or something. Like, it's wild. So I was like, okay, sweet tea, let's do it. And I go over and I mix up the shot and I shoot it, and something is fucking wrong. And I retch right in the street, but I'm well. And I'm going, how did I just get not dope sick, but throw up? And I'm like, oh, the cocaine must be really good. And then I realize I taste the worst rotten eggs I've ever tasted in my entire life. And I'm like, what is this? And I look down and I realize the bottle of tea, something's wrong with it. And there's like floating or stuff in it or something. And I look and I smell it and I realize it's not tea, it's rotten piss that someone had put in a bottle and had discarded on the side of the road, and I had just mixed that up and injected it into my veins. But here's the problem, Sean. I've already mixed all of my drugs into the rotten piss. Do you think that I'm not going to do the rest of my drugs?
Hopefully not.
So I sit at the bus stop and do 2 more shots of fermented piss into my veins, vomiting each time because I'm so crying because I need this dope in my body, but I don't want to keep injecting piss. And yet I keep injecting it until I get all the way better through the rest of it. And I have like a little bit left that's kind of like unsullied. I have some powder left. And I get on the bus and I call your mom in tears. And I say, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to kill myself, or I'm going to kill myself. Like, it was like, I'm going to kill myself, or I'm going to kill myself, or I'm going to kill myself. And it was like, please help. And that was the first time that I decided to actually go out and go like really to Arizona, because when I realized what I had done, and it's a miracle that I haven't experienced adverse health effects from that worse than what I have.
Yeah. That is,
or that I don't have endocarditis or something else. It is an actual miracle that I don't have that.
That's insane.
That's Horrible Stories with Ryan.
Yeah.
Can you do that? Horrible Stories with Ryan.
And now you know. Knowing is half the battle.
The more you know. Dun, 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 dun.
I feel a little bit like I need to go gargle.
So look, that's one of the more like gross stories, but what do you think about that?
I think less of you as a person, honestly.
Thanks for watching Horrible Stories.